Yes, so that's
I
ongoing.
interrupted. Yeah.
Working with Aaron and his team to be ready for the cooling season for 24
Right.
in the nurse's office, because currently it just has heat.
Yeah.
So over at Dudley, and that's true of both Northside and Dudley for those nurses' offices. So again, we're actually installing casework over there at Dudley. The vestibule and corridor tile is continuing, and the boiler room over at Dudley is another major component. And Dudley and Northside share one central boiler room. So we will actually have the factory startup is going to occur the first and second week in preparation for the system coming live, which is required to be on by September 15th. Joanna Perrin. So this is some of the work that's going to continue into the school year. JP Tech is going to be completed in October. So over the summer, we did run into some unforeseen conditions. We've been working with Pat and his crew so that they know that to schedule curriculum a little later. So we got out ahead of it, but that will be October. And much like last year, we have walk-off mats that have to be measured after the terrazzo's poured. So we're gonna put plywood in there and a walk-off mat over the top of that. One of the other items that we're gonna be doing is the wall tile as you come into the secure vestibule. So we'll have a guy in there. It was much like last year. If you walked into Martha Brown or any of the other schools we completed here, yep, we're gonna have one guy that's in there on the off hours, not at, arrival or dismissal, but working on that tile. And we would project all of those to be wrapped up by October. And pretty consistently in most of these main offices, we're gonna be coming in B shift to do paint touch-ups, miscellaneous, just punch list items at that point. And continuing work at Northside and Dudley, again, similar themes. So the vestibule wall tile, as well as the walk-off mats. So any terrazzo grinding that doesn't get completed in those corridors would be B shift. Currently, we're progressing Northside to Dudley to JP. We're projecting being complete, but if there was any grinding afterwards, it would be B shift. So that concludes our update. Is there any questions or
So
you
for
want to dig a little deeper into something?
so for one thing, I'd like all bad tiles to be called unsuitable tiles just for MC. But no, more just a comment.
Yeah.
I ran into Erin Moretter at the open house event that
Okay.
we had a couple weeks ago, and she could not say enough great things
Terrible
about
things?
how about how the work being done at Northside and how it looks walking in that front office and that front hallway. So just effusive in praise and just like very stoked to have it done and how it's looking. So kudos to you guys for that.
All right, that's great feedback.
She's consistent with that message. I heard it at a different event, by the way. So.
I mean, it is a struggle for all these admins that had to move for a whole summer, be in a different office, and then move back in. So we try our best.
So what I'd like, Aaron, go for it.
Brett and I talked about a lot of things when we walked around last week, and something I'd like to share, and I shared with him. This is my 11th summer
Don't
of
say
doing
it, you're
capital
This is
of capital projects,
gonna jinx
and
it.
this is the most comfortable I've felt at this time of the year in 11 years. No, I don't need to knock on wood. We have this well in hand. Things are looking great. It's never a cushy lead, but we are in a great position.
I would like to ask Sarah Driscoll to work with Aaron and team. We'll do a walkthrough before school starts. We'll
Okay.
find a date just before school starts so you could see what it looks like, so you could feel comfortable seeing these spaces and see how much they progress. Because this, well, no, the buildings that we were just talking about, the buildings that were in this presentation, so the board could. JP, Dudley Northside, and Fairport High School. It's the
Absolutely.
same tour,
Okay,
right? And
we'll get it set up.
We'll do that just before school starts because I know you'll be putting finishing touches, but I want
Is
them
there
to.
a minivan we can all take?
Yeah, we'll take the
School
minivan.
bus.
We'll get your hats by. we'll get
That
your
was
hard
my
hats.
that was my next question.
Thank you. Thank you.
No problem.
You can drive the bus, right, Peter? I know, I'm so sad. I'm so sorry. I know, is there, since we do have a little bit of time before we take a break in between the two meetings, is there anything else we wanna look at, or are we good? Okay, so with that, I will need a motion to adjourn the meeting. Mary Caitlin,
Second.
Brian, all in favor? Aye.